Welcome to Primary ypww Lesson 1, the 10 Commandments. The lesson scriptures are coming from Exodus chapter 32, verses 15 through 16, Deuteronomy chapter 5, verses 1 through 4, and then verses 22 through 24. The memory verse: And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of God. And that's Exodus chapter 31, verse 18. The target for today's lesson: the Lord wants children to know that God Himself gave us the 10 Commandments, written with His own finger. The children of Israel wandered in the wilderness for 3 long months. They came to a great mountain. It was called Horeb, also known as Mount Sinai. God spoke to Moses from the mountain. It was covered in smoke, and God's voice was like loud thunder. Great fire came down from the mountain, and all the people knew that it was truly God speaking. They feared the power of God. The people were afraid and thought that they would die if they continued to hear God speak. So Moses entered the cloud of smoke and went to the top of the mountain to talk to God. He and God spoke together there for 40 days, and God told him all of the laws for the people to obey. After he finished talking to Moses, God wrote with His own finger on 2 tables of stone. He wrote on the front and back. On these stones were the 10 Commandments. God promised that if the people obeyed His commandments, He would be their God, protect them, and take them to His promised land. The 10 Commandments were very important to the children of Israel. They are still important to us today. They teach us how to be loyal to God and how to worship Him with love and respect. It teaches us how to have good relationships with others and how to respect our parents' authority. Next, it teaches us to value human life. It also teaches us to be honest, fair, and avoid desires that turn us away from God. Moses wrote many laws. They were known as the Mosaic Law, but God wrote the 10 Commandments Himself. Jesus tells us in Matthew chapter 5, verses 17 through 19, that He did not come to destroy the law, but He came to complete the law. He tells us to keep loving and obeying God, and we will not break the 10 Commandments. God promised to bless the children of Israel and take them to the promised land if they kept the 10 Commandments. The questions for today's lesson: number 1, who wrote the 10 Commandments? With what did He write them? And number 2, what did God write the 10 Commandments upon? Number 3, what happened when the people heard God speak from the mountain? And number 4, what did God promise to do if the people obeyed the 10 Commandments? The end. God bless you, and thank you for joining me today.